Welcome back to another episode of Positive Solutions for Life. I'm your host, Peggy Meyer. Welcome to the last part of March. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a plan you felt so sure about, only to watch it fall apart almost immediately? Yep. Welcome to your own version of March Madness. Today, we're diving into what March Madness is and how it relates to our lives every day and every season, not just in March. But before we dive into the life lessons, let's take a quick step back to discuss what is March Madness. March Madness is the nickname for the NCAA Division I men's and women's college basketball tournaments. Every year, 68 teams enter the tournament for one goal, to win it all. It actually dates back to 1939, starting with high school basketball in Illinois. And the phrase gained national popularity in 1982 thanks to broadcaster Brent Musburger. So, what makes this tournament so captivating? Well, underdog teams upsetting powerhouses, the last second buzzer beater shots, completely unpredictable outcomes. And if you've been watching the first rounds, you have seen a few of these buzzer beaters and unpredictable outcomes just fall in place. And of course, those infamous busted brackets, mine included, because it's a single elimination tournament, meaning one loss and you're out. No second chances. In other words, you're not in control. No one is, and no one can predict exactly how the tournament will unfold. And honestly, that's where it gets interesting. Because March Madness isn't just a tournament, it's a story where the best teams don't always win, where preparation matters, but luck still has a vote, where a single moment can rewrite everything you thought you knew. Sound familiar? March Madness isn't just a basketball tournament, it's a mirror and a story of our life. So let me share a few lessons I think March Madness can teach us. First, survive and advance. In March Madness, there's one simple rule: win and move forward, lose and go home. Life works the same way: survive and advance. Teams don't focus on winning the entire championship all at once, they focus on the next game. For us, this means we don't need to have it all figured out. We just need to take the next step. That's where so many of us get stuck in life. We think we need to have it all figured out, how everything will work and when. We get overwhelmed thinking about all the ways to get to the end result, all the what ifs, everything. But really, God is the only one with all the answers. He has the master plan. He has a perfect bracket. God just wants us to focus on the next step. We don't have to have our entire life's plan or bracket filled out today. We just need to take the next step. Some days, winning the next step looks like getting through a hard conversation, choosing not to give up, just getting out of bed and doing the next thing. And sometimes it means starting over again and again, which leads me to the next lesson. Your bracket will break. Let's be honest. No one fills out a perfect bracket. Okay, well, maybe God, but the odds of us predicting a perfect bracket are about 1 in 9 quintillion. I don't know how big that is. But you have a better chance of winning the lottery or being struck by lightning than having a perfect bracket. And yet, we try. Why? Because we crave certainty, control, predictability. We want to have it all figured out. But March Madness reminds us we can prepare all we want, and life can still surprise us. We all start with a plan, a bracket we are so confident about. We have our career goals and family plans mapped out. We have our health routines and our financial dreams made out until life happens. Unexpected challenges show up. Plans get interrupted and changed. Things don't go the way we want. And suddenly, our perfectly planned bracket of life is busted with the last second health diagnosis, or our car, fridge, or washer needs fixed, or our kids don't cooperate, or the business we work for closes. Sound familiar? When your life bracket breaks, because it will, it can be stressful, frustrating, even overwhelming. But what if the unpredictability is not the problem? What if it's part of God's greater purpose or plan for us? What lessons are we supposed to learn from all this madness? Instead of asking, why didn't this go as planned? Ask, how do I respond now? Because winning in life isn't about predicting everything correctly, it's about adapting when you don't. Which brings me to lesson 3, managing the pressure by taking a time out. March Madness is very stressful and can be an emotional roller coaster that can mess with players' minds and coaches' minds, making it hard to stay focused on the game plan or to remain calm when things don't go their way. When left unchecked, this pressure can make players or coaches lose their temper, get a foul, a technical foul, or even get thrown out of the game. Life is the same way. High pressure situations can lead to stress, anxiety, irritability, emotional exhaustion. So, what do the coaches do? They take a timeout. Every game has timeouts and an extended break at halftime. These are moments to pause, reflect, and adjust. Teams don't win March Madness by trying to control every aspect of the game all the time. They win by responding and adjusting to what is happening in the moment. And life gives us these moments too. When things don't go as planned, when our life bracket breaks, these are opportunities to take a personal time out or an extended halftime break to make some adjustments. This could look like stepping away from a situation or a conversation, going to another room, or getting a glass of water, or even going outside for a walk. It could mean taking a few deep breaths before responding, or turning off overstimulation from noise or lights and just getting quiet. You can't control every twist and turn in life, but you can control your thoughts, your effort, and your response. Teams can't win games when they're all frazzled and stressed. And you can't win the game of life if you're mentally and emotionally drained because you've been stressed for too long. So, are you using breaks, your timeouts, and halftime to your advantage? Or are you just pushing through, ignoring what isn't working, just grinding through the day or week, ignoring all the issues? Taking time outs or a halftime break isn't failure, it's strategy. It's time to take a breather, take a glass of water, drink a glass of water, refocus. It's an opportunity to learn and grow, to create the next step, to respond in a positive way. It's saying, okay, that didn't work. So what's my next step? And making a plan to how you're going to respond. The next lesson I feel is important that is learned through March Madness is the power of the underdog. Every year, there's a Cinderella story, a team that wasn't supposed to win, but does. The same goes for this year, right? There already has been some teams that wasn't supposed to win, but they did. You know, the underdog. It's a team that's too small, too overlooked, too underestimated, and yet they rise. That's not just March Madness basketball. That's you and me. That's life. At some point, we've all felt like the underdog, maybe in our goals, our careers, our health, and even in our own minds. March Madness reminds us that we all love a Cinderella story. You don't have to be the favorite to win. You just need to believe, work hard, and create momentum. Because out of the darkness, the team, the people that rise out of nowhere, they become legends. Think of other sports stories and movies like Hoosiers, Facing the Giants, Rocky, Remember the Titans, just to name a few. These stories are about individuals and teams that overcame adversity and through hard work and determination created momentum and a deep inner belief that they could succeed. The deep inner belief that God has a bigger plan for us. Even when we're up against a giant, even when we feel weak and unimportant, God has a plan for us. Turn to Him and ask for help, for guidance, for strength, just like David did to defeat Goliath. God can help you defeat the giant in your life. You are more capable than you think. Trust, believe, have faith. You can do this. And lesson 5 is that you're not meant to do this alone. One of the best parts of March Madness is the teamwork on the court and the community that fans have to cheer them on. March Madness brings out how teams work together to accomplish a goal. Yes, there might be standout players that get a lot of points, whose talent is hard to contain, but no team wins just because of one player. It takes many people, those you can see, coaches, the players themselves, and the people behind the scenes, trainers, nutritionists, sports psychologists, just to name a few, to prepare individuals to be the best they can be and to bring individual players together to work together as a unit in synergy. March Madness is a time when people come together to watch games, to fill out brackets, engage in little friendly challenges and competitions, to share the excitement and some laughter, as well as the disappointments and the heartbreaks. And it reminds us that we are wired for connection, that we're not meant to do life alone. And it takes teamwork to make our dream work. Life isn't meant to be lived in isolation. We are social beings. We are made to connect and interact with others, both in our highs and in our lows, in our celebrations and in our grieving. So find your team. It can be family, friends, coworkers, people in your community in which you live, work, or practice your faith, or anywhere in the world, really. Find your people. Find a team of people who will cheer you on, support you, celebrate with you, and even in your hardest seasons, will comfort you and walk alongside you. So you're not meant to do life alone. Find your team. If you don't feel like you have a team, ask God to bring people into your life that will support you and celebrate life with you. And this last one is my favorite lesson. You are still in the game. In March Madness, as long as the team is still playing, they still have a chance to win. And the same is true for you. If you're here listening to this right now, if you're still trying, if you're still breathing, you are still in the game. You are still in this game of life. You still have a chance to win. It doesn't matter how messy it looks. It doesn't matter how many setbacks you've had. It doesn't matter how mad you get. Maybe March Madness isn't really about madness at all. Maybe it's about acceptance, resilience, adaptability, faith over fear, and learning to thrive in uncertainty. Because your story isn't over. It's still being written. And no matter how busted or broken you may feel right now, you're still in the game. You need to come out of the locker room and play the game of life, one step at a time. So the next time life feels overwhelming, when things feel unpredictable, when your plans don't go the way you expected them to, stay in the game, adjust as needed. Believe in yourself and in God, and take care of your mind, body, and spirit. Gather your team around you and choose to keep moving forward one step at a time. Because life doesn't come seated, there's no guarantees. And if you're hearing this, you're still breathing. There's still possibility. God has a purpose for you, and there's still a path forward, even if you can't see it yet. So stay in the game, one step at a time. If this episode encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need a reminder that they can keep going. So until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, keep playing the game of life, and keep choosing to win one step at a time.